Good evening, and me looking at Dorian right now but today is August 30th, it is a Friday, and this is your evening tropical update, and let's dive right into now category 4 Dorian. Yes, last video was a 1, now it's a 4. That's called rapidly strengthening, and I've been preaching over the past few videos and the past few days that it's been in the perfect environment. It just had to get that core intact, and it did this morning, and it was off to the races. And you can see that satellite imagery of just of it clearing out that eye to the donut it is right now, and seeing Dorian compared to South Florida and just the Florida Panhandle and the peninsula in general. It's scary because Dorian is most likely going to make a landfall in Florida, although the 12 o'clock European model had it not even making landfall at all. And yes, that is a possibility because Dorian is going so slow right now, just about west-northwest at around 9 miles per hour. And this is going to allow for the potential for the high to break down, meaning that Dorian could just race up north. But the question is, when is that high going to break down? Because if the high breaks down, let's say a day after Dorian makes landfall, it's just going to stall out over the peninsula of Florida, like around South Florida or Lake Okeechobee for a little bit, and then it's going to race up north. But that's going to bring a ton of extra rain, a ton of extra wind, especially that storm surge with that onshore flow. It will be scary if it just stalls out on the peninsula of Florida, and that's a possibility. But there's also a possibility, the ideal scenario that I said yesterday, that Dorian stays offshore the whole entire time. And that's what we want when this system could literally become a Category 5 hurricane by tomorrow. It's a 130 mile per hour, 950 millibar Category 4 hurricane right now. It's got to increase its winds by about 25 to reach Category 5 status. I think it could do it if it does a little bit of some eyewall replacement cycles, get that storm a little bit bigger to support a Category 5 hurricane. I think it's possible with the environment it's in. But let's talk about location, because that's what matters. Everyone in Florida and even Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina are preparing for the storm. You're getting your supplies, filling your car with gas, blah, 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 knowing your evacuation zones. You know what I'm talking about, but the problem is we don't know exactly where it's going to make landfall. Every single model is really dialing it in on the Lake Okeechobee, Stewart, Jupiter area, like slightly south of Cape Canaveral and north of Miami. So I really think it's going to make a landfall anywhere between Cape Canaveral and Miami. Is it going to take a little wobble to the south and land in Miami, or take a little wobble to the north in Cape Canaveral? We're going to have to wait and see, because Dorian is now expected to make a landfall in Florida, if it ever does, Monday, Tuesday morning. So that's still, what, 4 days out? The models aren't 100% accurate 4 days out. And we still have this icon model for like the past 3 days has been so consistent with like a major hurricane landfall in Miami, and still predicting that as of the 6 o'clock model. But the GFS and the European model have it a little bit more north than Miami, and Miami's where I live, so that's where I'm most concerned about, because I don't know if I want a Category 5 hurricane over my house. We'll see. I mean, Dorian is just, it's ridiculous right now. If we could see the radar, oh man, that structure would just be ominous. But looking at it on satellite imagery, ooh, it pleases my eyes. But in the back of my mind, ooh, people are gonna die from this, and that's terrible. Right now, hurricane warnings are up for the northern Bahamas. Tomorrow, I'm 100% sure that hurricane watches are going to go in effect for some parts of the eastern seaboard of Florida. And that's it. That's all my news on Hurricane Dorian right now. There is a potential that it's not going to make landfall at all, and it's just going to race up north and maybe make a landfall in the Carolinas. But the more likely scenario is that it does make landfall in Florida as a Category 3, 4, or 5 hurricane, which will cause devastating damage and will put many lives in danger. Stay safe, everyone. then be prepared. Make sure you bless them. Peace out.
3, 2, 1.
Good morning, Bears. Here's your update on Hurricane Dorian. Hurricane Dorian, as of 5 a.m. this morning, is right here going at 110 miles per hour maximum sustained winds, heading in the northwestern direction at 13 miles per hour. You can see the proximity to Florida over here, and it's rapidly progressing over to Florida in this general direction. It is projected to head up half over in the northwest, and today or later on tonight, take a turn towards the west and head closer to our general direction.